Hello and welcome. Welcome back to the studios of the Agile Mastery Academy, and welcome back to our podcast, one in a whole series of podcasts that we are doing on extreme agile, a term coined by Jeff Sutherland, co-founder of Scrum. So what we have in our series here is we have two of our key analysts, research analysts, Alex and Melissa, talking through what they have discovered, and then we'll move on to the next podcast after that. So this is a continuing series. So with that, thank you for spending time with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the podcast and then continuing with the other podcasts. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we unpack complex ideas and show you exactly how they translate into your day-to-day work. Today, we are accelerating straight into a concept called extreme agile.
It's not just a new buzzword, it's a real technological jump. We are looking at the direct integration of agentic AI right into the core of your software team.
Specifically within the Scrum workflow.
Exactly. And the claims are, well, they're audacious. Predictions that teams could see a speed increase of up to 30 times.
30 times faster. That number, it feels less like process improvement and more like science fiction. And, while we could spend all day on the math, our mission here is strictly practical.
Right.
If this agentic AI teammate just showed up tomorrow morning, what specifically immediately changes in the daily life of a developer, a product owner, or a Scrum Master?
That is the right question to ask, because the fundamental thing here is that you aren't throwing out the structure of Scrum. The roles PO, SM, developers, they remain critical.
Okay, so the roles stay.
They stay, but their function shifts dramatically. It moves from execution to high-level strategy and judgment. But before we get into that, we really need to understand what this new entity even is.
Good point. Let's unpack that definition. We hear agentic AI thrown around a lot these days. In a team context, what does it mean that this AI is agentic?
It's crucial we differentiate this from, just a tool. Agentic means the AI can act somewhat independently within specific human-defined boundaries.
So it's not just waiting for a command.
Not at all. It can observe the environment, the ticket status, the code base, the backlog, and proactively suggest or even execute tasks. It's a virtual teammate that's actively contributing.
So it's not waiting for me to hit enter. It's looking at the environment and saying, hey, this acceptance criteria looks vague. I'm going to draft 3 clearer options.
Precisely. Or, this pull request is missing a unit test, I'll generate it now. We call the effect a capacity multiplier.
A capacity multiplier.
And the numbers are staggering. Think about a traditional product owner. They might effectively manage, 50 top-tier backlog items?
They're good, yeah.
With agentic AI, they can suddenly process thousands of potential items because the AI handles all the structure and the detail work.
That immediately changes the job description. The PO moves from being a detailed task manager to a high-level strategic validator, an empathy expert, really.
Exactly. Or look at the Scrum Master. Instead of spotting maybe 2 systemic risks in a retro, the AI surfaces 10 potential risks and interdependencies before the daily stand-up even begins.
Wow.
It brings speed and perfect recall, freeing up the humans to apply their creativity and strategic judgment.
And for a developer, if they typically push 5 high-quality commits a day, the AI could generate the initial scaffolding for 20 features in that same time.
Right. The human's job becomes the artistic customization and the deep architecture review. It's a division of labor built on core strengths.
So humans provide the messy, creative, strategic why, and the AI handles the mechanical, repeatable how.
That's it in a nutshell.
Okay, here's where this really hits home for anyone who's ever worked in Agile. The universally painful 2-hour session. The backlog refinement meeting.
Oh, the refinement grind. We've all been there.
I have seen planning sessions drag out so long they feel like watching concrete cure.
Spending hours arguing about whether a user story should be, as a user I want, or I need.
Right. The product owner tosses out a rough idea like, we need to improve the mobile checkout flow. And then the team spends the next 90 minutes just hammering out the details.
In the traditional model, that session is all about grinding out structure. In Extreme Agile, the PO inputs that rough concept into the agentic AI. Within minutes, not hours, the AI generates multiple, crystal clear user stories.
Okay, and not just the stories, right?
Complete with acceptance criteria, preliminary complexity estimates based on similar past work, and even suggested priorities benchmarked against current business value goals.
The time savings are incredible, but the strategic change is even bigger. The team doesn't spend time on formatting or structure.
They spend 20 minutes focused entirely on reviewing the AI's output, adjusting it based on that unique, local context the AI couldn't possibly know, and adding the human insights.
It transforms the meeting from a documentation session into a high-level strategic review.
The product owner is using their finite cognitive load to validate market fit, not chase down every semicolon in the acceptance criteria.
So we've optimized the planning drastically. Now let's optimize the doing. And let's get into the core development sprint work. If the AI is generating so much, is the developer's role just to hit approve all day?
Not at all. It shifts the developer's skill focus. The AI handles the repetitive pattern matching, which, makes up a surprisingly large percentage of enterprise code.
Give us a specific example of that. Something that makes a developer's life instantly better.
Okay, think about building a standard REST API endpoint, something every team does constantly.
All the time.
You need the handler function, strict input validation, connection to the database layer, proper security checks, consistent error handling, all while following coding standards.
That's easily an hour of just focused mechanical work to set the table.
With agentic AI, the developer provides the high-level intent. Create an endpoint to register a new user, and the AI immediately writes the entire standardized skeleton.
So the developer's time is spent where?
Their 10 minutes are spent reviewing the generated code, inserting the specialized business logic, and ensuring it integrates with any complex custom systems. They are reviewing architecture, not typing validation code.
That sounds like having a really fast, really focused junior developer who has somehow managed to read every programming book ever written and has zero ego.
That is the perfect analogy. And remember, the AI also automatically generates the corresponding test suite, which is instantly executable. It suggests optimal function names, it offers refactoring ideas.
But wait, if the AI is generating code for 20 features in the time it used to take a human to do 5, aren't we just shifting the massive bottleneck to peer reviewing QA?
That's a critical challenge, and it's why the AI needs to be agentic in QA too. By automatically generating the test suite and checking against internal quality standards before the code ever hits a human reviewer, it pre-cleans the work.
So the human review is much more focused.
Almost exclusively on security vulnerabilities, architectural coherence, and business logic validation. Not finding basic syntax errors, the bottleneck becomes much, much smaller because the output is already highly refined.
That's a powerful answer. So if the doing is faster, the team is moving at hypervelocity. We need to look at the 3 core ceremonies: daily Scrum, review, and retro. A 20-minute daily stand-up must feel like trying to land a fighter jet.
Well, they become radically data-driven, intensely focused on true friction points. Take the daily stand-up. The agentic AI is an observer. It listens to the discussion in real time, summarizes the key updates, and automatically updates the task board.
That eliminates the Scrum Master's frantic note-taking while trying to facilitate.
But more importantly, the AI flags inconsistencies as they happen. If a team member says, "I finished the authentication component yesterday," but the task board doesn't reflect that,
The AI can flag it.
it can quietly flag that potential inconsistency to the Scrum Master or the team. Inconsistency detected between stated progress and recorded task status.
That ensures continuous transparency and inspection. Core Agile values.
Exactly. And the sprint review is streamlined immensely. I mean, traditionally, preparing for the review means hours of creating slides and building demos.
The dreaded slide preparation, often done by developers who should be coding.
It disappears. The AI automatically compiles the entire demo and report. It generates live dashboards, pulls real-time metrics on velocity, defect rates, bug detection statistics, instantly.
So the team spends 0 time on slide production.
And 100% of the time on demonstrating value and gathering feedback.
Okay, now retrospectives. This is the heart of human interaction and continuous improvement. How does AI help here without violating the trust and openness needed for a successful retro?
It helps by providing objective, quantitative starting points. The AI can analyze team sentiment, but it's critical this is done using data from public professional communication channels, like shared Slack channels, commit messages, PR comments.
So just to be clear, it's not reading private direct messages or tracking individual keystrokes. Transparency and consent are paramount here.
Absolutely. The focus is on spotting team-wide trends and systemic friction, not individual performance review.
Yeah, what would that look like?
For instance, the AI might surface a finding like, over the last week, communication volume dropped by 20% and overall team frustration increased 15%, correlating specifically with tasks that required cross-team dependency management.
That's fascinating. It provides the Scrum Master a data-driven topic to inspect.
Yeah.
Instead of a vague, what went wrong, they can directly address the friction.
Precisely. Team, the data suggests requirements clarity caused friction. Let's talk specifically about how we handle dependencies. It lets the humans focus on the solution, not just identifying the problem.
Let's talk about two more things that always seem to get neglected: documentation and team health monitoring.
Documentation is the universally disliked tax on development. It's the first thing to fall out when deadlines loom.
It always is.
The beauty of agentic AI is that it makes documentation continuous, which is key to long-term quality. It monitors every commit and pull request. It analyzes the title, the code changes, any comments, and then automatically drafts release notes and technical documentation.
The value there isn't just speed, it's trust. The documentation is no longer a historical artifact that's 18 months out of date.
Exactly. It's synchronized with the actual code. You are reviewing and approving documentation minutes after the code merges, instead of spending hours writing it at the frantic end of the sprint.
And this same monitoring helps with team health.
Yes. The sentiment analysis we just discussed. The AI can spot if a highly engaged team member suddenly shifts to short, terse messages, or if their engagement drops. This isn't a management tool, it's a preventative measure.
So the Scrum Master can check in privately with that individual and catch a small issue,
Whether it's burnout, frustration, or personal conflict.
before it balloons into a major blocker that damages the sprint.
You catch the problem when it is a seedling, which is essential for a high-performing, sustainable team.
So we've covered 10x faster refinement, 5x faster development, 20x faster documentation, and continuous team monitoring. These improvements don't just add up.
No, they create a massive multiplier effect. That compounding friction elimination is what justifies the claims of hyperspeed. When you remove the need to argue about structure, write boilerplate, prepare slides, and manually document, the sprint cycle time just collapses.
So what used to be a full 2-week sprint,
Might now take just 3 days.
so this is not a rejection of agile principles.
Far from it. This is the amplification of existing agile values. Transparency is amplified by real-time dashboards. Inspection is continuous because AI monitors quality always. And adaptation is instantaneous because the AI can propose changes faster than any human possibly could.
This is extreme agile, the original values, but with superhuman capacity.
Exactly.
This has been incredibly clarifying, really grounding this abstract concept in the day-to-day. Let's hit those 3 core takeaways for our listener.
First, agentic AI is the fourth element in your team, adding superhuman capacity for repetitive tasks, but always requiring human direction and judgment.
Second, it transforms every part of the Scrum workflow: refinement, development, events, compounding speed and quality.
And third, extreme agile is the amplification, not the abandonment, of core agile values, better transparency, continuous inspection, and faster adaptation.
Perfect. So if this integration transforms your entire workflow and speeds up every stage, here's the question for you to mull over. If you can execute a task that used to take 2 weeks in just 3 days, what does an actual full hyperspeed sprint look like in practice? Imagine a side-by-side comparison of a traditional sprint versus an extreme agile sprint, and think about where you would reinvest all the time the AI saves you.
That reinvestment of time is the difference between working hard and working strategically.
That's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Alex and Melissa. You did a wonderful job on that deep dive. I look forward to hearing you and what you have discovered in our next podcast. I'd just like to say to all of you, what we have is we have our a site for the Agile Academy, the Agile Learning Academy, and you'll find it with the address that you see right below me here, which is i-am-agile.com. i-am-agile.com. And go there and you'll take a look and see the latest course that we have, the course on Extreme Agile, which has just been released. You've got a lot of information there. So go take a look at it, see what you think. And if you would like to take it, then sign on, do the purchase, and we'll see you in the course. Thank you so much. We'll see you in our next episode.